In a stunning twist that has sent shockwaves throughout the global entertainment industry, two of South Korea's most iconic stars, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo, are embroiled in an explosive legal battle following what sources describe as a violent personal dispute that escalated far beyond private conflict. Once linked by rumors of a secret romance, the two megastars now find themselves facing off not on a film set, but inside a courtroom, a dramatic fall from the fairy tale narrative once imagined by fans. The public, accustomed to associating Lee Min-ho with the stoic, noble heartthrobs of dramas like Boys Over Flowers and The King, Eternal Monarch, and Song Hye-kyo with the grace and depth she displayed in Descendants of the Sun and Autumn in My Heart, is now grappling with a scandal so deeply personal and destructive that it threatens to upend their carefully constructed legacies. The breaking point. According to court documents leaked by insiders, the altercation occurred during what was supposed to be a private meeting between the two stars at an undisclosed luxury residence in Seoul's Gangnam district. What exactly transpired behind closed doors remains unclear, but initial police reports suggest the encounter quickly devolved into a physical and verbal altercation. Emergency services were called after a neighbor reported loud shouting, crashing sounds, and what was described as a disturbance of violent nature. Lee Min-ho was allegedly treated for a superficial wound on his hand, while Song Hye-kyo was reported to have sustained a minor concussion and bruising. Both were discharged from medical facilities within hours and refrained from issuing public statements for several days. Legal lines drawn. What was at first believed to be a private matter has escalated into a full-blown legal confrontation. Lee Min-ho's legal representatives filed a counter-lawsuit against Song Hye-kyo, alleging defamation, emotional distress, and assault. Song's legal team responded with charges of aggravated physical misconduct, claiming she acted in self-defense and that the incident followed a pattern of escalating emotional manipulation over the previous months. The legal battle is now underway, with both stars appearing in court this past week in front of a media circus. Neither made direct eye contact, and both remained silent as their attorneys battled through preliminary hearings. Fallout and factions. The scandal has not only rattled the entertainment industry, it has divided the public. Fandoms, once overlapping and celebratory, are now fractured. Online forums have become battlegrounds where supporters of both stars present their own narratives, dissecting years of interviews, social media behavior, and tabloid coverage in search of clues. Some claim the incident was the culmination of a toxic, on-and-off relationship that the stars tried desperately to hide from public view. Others believe the entire event has been distorted by public relations tactics and that the truth may lie somewhere between. Several unverified reports have even suggested the involvement of third parties' former partners, business associates, even jealous rivals who may have fueled tensions behind the scenes. A popular theory currently circulating suggests that the altercation was triggered by a confidential business dispute, that Song Hye-kyo and Lee Min-ho had jointly invested in an overseas film production, which had gone awry. Financial documents allegedly link them both to a now-shelved Chinese-Korean co-production that lost millions in early development, adding yet another layer of complexity to their relationship. Silence and strategy. Despite the media frenzy, both stars have remained outwardly calm. Song Hye-kyo canceled an international endorsement event and released a brief statement through her agency stating that she would fully cooperate with the investigation and that she is focused on recovering from the emotional trauma. Lee Min-ho's team has emphasized that he, too, is seeking justice and peace of mind, denying all accusations of aggressive behavior and painting him as the aggrieved party. Industry insiders suggest that their respective agencies are now engaged in intense damage control. Sponsors are pulling back, fan clubs are issuing neutral statements urging calm, and TV networks are quietly reconsidering upcoming contracts involving either actor. One veteran entertainment journalist described the scandal as the most damaging interpersonal fallout between two A-list stars in South Korean history. Others have likened the courtroom scenes to something straight out of a psychological thriller, more suited for television than real life. The bigger picture. Beneath the headlines and social media storms lies a more sobering question. How did two of Korea's most beloved actors end up in such a catastrophic clash? Was it a slow unraveling behind closed doors, hidden from even their closest friends and colleagues? Or was it a sudden spark from a long-suppressed tension? In many ways, this incident has exposed the painful reality of celebrity, the pressure to maintain appearances, the emotional isolation, and the crushing expectations from millions of fans. Both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo have spent decades cultivating images of romantic perfection. That illusion now lies shattered. As the trial proceeds, with witness testimonies and more evidence expected to surface in the coming weeks, the full story may finally emerge. But already, careers are on the line. Reputations are bleeding. And what could have been a love story for the ages has instead become a cautionary tale about fame, ego, and the darker sides of love. Final verdict pending. At present, the court has yet to announce any formal charges or penalties. A second hearing is scheduled for next month, and both stars are under heavy legal counsel to remain silent publicly. What once captivated audiences for its fantasy, a possible romance between Korea's most famous man and woman, has now become a very real, very raw tragedy. Whether reconciliation, resolution, or ruin awaits them remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The battle between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo has redefined what it means when love turns wicked, not just with heartbreak, but with handcuffs. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, love, lies, and legal fire. The dark spiral deepens. As South Korea and the global entertainment world continue to reel from the courtroom showdown between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, the story has taken an even darker, more twisted turn, one that reads less like a tabloid headline and more like the climax of a psychological crime drama. What started as a private altercation has now erupted into a multi-layered saga involving betrayal, corporate espionage, blackmail, and long-buried secrets, pulling not just the two stars, but their closest allies, former lovers, and business partners into the whirlwind. A secret affair exposed. In a stunning twist revealed during a closed-door court session, the transcript of which was leaked to a tabloid within hours, it was alleged that Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo had rekindled a romantic relationship nearly a year before the incident, and were secretly seeing each other while simultaneously engaging in separate public projects. But the twist? Their relationship may have overlapped with others. Confidential testimonies from two former romantic partners, one of Lee's, one of Song's, both allege emotional manipulation and overlapping timelines, hinting at a web of lies hidden beneath their polished public images. One source close to the investigation claimed they were playing a dangerous game. There were layers of deception. Neither of them was completely honest, not with their agencies, not with each other, and not with the people closest to them. Suddenly, what seemed like a single-night altercation is now being painted as the explosive climax to a toxic, entangled love triangle, or possibly more. A mysterious recording. Adding to the chaos, a mysterious audio recording surfaced late last week. Sent anonymously to a local news agency, the recording appears to capture an argument, voices identified by audio experts as belonging to Lee and Song, during which threats are exchanged. While portions of the audio are unintelligible, fragments include chilling lines allegedly shouted by Song Hye Kyo, such as, "You used me. You think I won't destroy everything you built?" To which Lee Min-ho allegedly replies, "Try it. If I go down, you're coming with me." Authorities are now investigating the origin of the recording and whether it was obtained legally. Still, its existence has already changed public perception, drawing harsh criticism toward both stars and raising questions about what more might still be hidden. Blackmail and business sabotage? Investigators have also revealed that both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo were entangled in a joint international venture, a media tech startup based in Singapore, meant to produce AI-driven K-drama content. That project, initially hailed as a cultural revolution backed by investors across Asia, mysteriously collapsed just 2 months before the alleged violent incident. Now, several investors claim that internal sabotage may have played a role, with allegations that one party leaked proprietary content to a rival Chinese media firm, causing the collapse and sparking bitter confrontation. Lee Min-ho's attorneys have formally accused Song Hye Kyo of corporate sabotage and embezzlement, While Song's camp insists, she discovered Lee was siphoning funds into a secret offshore account and had confronted him about it the night of the fight. Suddenly, this is no longer just a personal battle. It's a multi-million-dollar financial war with international legal implications. The Shadow Network. If that wasn't enough, a former bodyguard of Song, Hye Kyo, now turned whistleblower, has come forward with a shocking claim. That Song had been followed and monitored for months prior to the incident by private investigators allegedly hired by a third party with ties to Lee Min-ho's management. This revelation has sparked further investigation into whether the altercation was truly spontaneous, or if it was a calculated trap set by one party to ruin the other both personally and professionally. The South Korean Cybercrimes Unit has now joined the investigation, combing through hacked emails, deleted texts, and surveillance footage that could either clear or condemn both stars.